Hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another morning discussion with Billy and Bear.
Hello, hello.
And yeah, we thought it would be a good time to talk about kind of an unusual subject. And we thought, well, what the hell? Let's go with it. And Billy and I do not rehearse or script any of this, it just comes spontaneously. But we were talking this morning about if in our current life, physical life, if we had the ability to change it from what it is to what we desire, what would it be? And we thought, well, that would be a good topic for everybody to kind of ponder, think about. And I know you had some good points on that already, so I'll let you take it over.
Yeah. Um, because we are, I think, at the doorstep of such a huge shift and change. And I do believe on some level we're all feeling it, like something's changing. And I'm not just talking about the political, the world stuff and what's going on behind the scenes that we know we're in an evolution, but physically, emotionally, spiritually, we're in that evolution. And this is the time of the awakening and the ascension. So, what is that? The energies are rising, right? So, we're leaving, literally prepping right now to leave the third dimensional paradigm, saying goodbye to the matrix, unplugging. We're all being called to heal the very nitty gritty stuff now that
Mm-hmm.
isn't serving us, that isn't bringing us joy. And oh my gosh, I mean, that a lot of family stuff, a lot of relationship
Yeah,
stuff comes up then. But these are the hardcore choices that we're all being faced with, and it's making us shift our own paradigm so that we are literally now having the opportunity to go from that old construct, what we think is our reality, even if it's like a false reality, right? We're going to find out we're actually living in opposite land,
yeah,
right? We're going to talk about that later
yeah,
too.
yeah.
But oh, things are changing and we're discovering who we are. So we're in the process of shifting from that paradigm to be the more true us. Like I'm going, it's like, right, letting your light
Yeah.
shine, being your true self, coming into the 5D reality. So what we're talking about, long story short, or not so short, because this is a
Yeah,
big
it
thing.
is. Yeah,
It's us learning to let go, to rewrite the old programming in our head, the old beliefs, because that is our energy. And that's what's keeping us stuck in our current life. Like if we're not happy with something, it's because it's time to really look at it, bless it, work with it, and allow yourself to move beyond it to create that new paradigm. So I think what we were talking about is the importance now of practicing. Well, what does that look like for you?
yeah.
Allowing yourself to imagine, because if
And
the
that's key right
yeah,
there.
if allowing or if taking the majority of your waking time and focusing it on the things you do not want instead of the things you do want, you're literally just keeping yourself attached to and spinning your wheels in this heaviness in the lower dimension that you're so wanting to rise above.
Exactly. And you're so right. I mean, when we, well, use the word fantasize or dream or, look out the window like we did as a kid and
Yeah,
just kind of
totally.
go there, it's important to understand what your thoughts are. Are you focused on, like Billy just said, is it on the current negative, lower vibrational thoughts of where we're stuck, where we are, or taking it to a higher dimension? And being that loving, free spirited being. And this is, I think, our whole world right now is going through that. I think the world is, people in the world are looking out the window because they're seeing what they're seeing right now. And a lot of it is very negative. It's a lower vibrational energy, and they long for, and I think that so many people, well, us, are visioning what this world could be, a world of love and sharing, understanding, compassion. Big one is freedom. the freedom to be who we really are.
Yeah, what does that look like? Because as powerful creators, you are constantly creating with every thought, every word, the language. When we hear the true history of the language, it's words are like spells. You're casting spells. You're casting spells for yourself
Yeah.
with the way you talk about yourself. You're
Yeah.
casting spells on others when the way you talk about them behind their back. They don't call it spelling for nothing,
Right.
right? It's casting spells. There's some tribes in Africa
It's
that
interesting.
refuse to let their people speak because they observe the white man and what he does with his casting of spells
Yeah.
with the language, right? So it's all vibration, it's all energy, and it's all what we're constantly giving off. So it takes that work. And with all the work of going within
Mm-hmm.
and allowing yourself to just look at those things so they can dissolve and finally be healed, right? Not squashed down, and with all the light coming in now, we're getting so much more help, and it's time to activate that dormant magic inside, go
Yeah.
within. So how do we even envision that what does that look like? None of us know. We've been stuck in the rat race or in the worry zone, the fear zone.
And like I mentioned earlier, we limit ourselves. So we don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so don't put any limits or restrictions on yourself. And this is what we're all desiring is the freedom to be who we are.
Yeah.
And go there.
Yeah. It's been a long time since we felt so free. It's like, think
Yeah.
about as a child, running free through the yard or the fields or, the
Yeah.
beach or, whatever you can remember. But allow yourself to go there energetically,
Mm-hmm.
even into the child within.
Yeah.
It's like that part of us, we're all 18 inside. We all have an inner child. And the inner child has been through so much. Give a chance to play and imagine, well, what would that be like?
Yeah.
Because that part of you is still there. And what comes to mind is making that list. And I think a couple of years ago we even talked about that. So if you were to imagine, well, what would my life look like? If there were no more struggles, if the world really was abundant and we were all tuned in, and we were all connected, and no more fear.
Yeah.
And everything was slowly made right. How does that look like? Or even on the way to it, what is a 5D life? Because a 5D life is living as one, in these beautiful communities, but serving each other, right? Helping out. So, your future life may look like a beautiful community getting together, breaking bread, outdoors on a giant table with the lights and the trees. Like that's one of my favorite visions.
Mm-hmm.
So take myself into that higher vibration. What does
Yeah.
that look like? Well, I would love to see that. Family, friends, soul family.
And we can be that way with friends, not with ourselves necessarily only, but with our friends. Have these types of discussions like Billy and I are having. And just call some friends, invite them over, or go out for lunch, or to a park, or
what would it look like? And even challenge each other. I don't think I finished that thing with the list, but if you literally sat down all the things that you love or ever loved to do, or even as a kid, or extracurricular activities in school, or
Mm-hmm.
self-help stuff you wanted, you did, or if money were no object, what would you do? Like really let the passions begin to bubble out.
Yeah.
We're so used to survival mode that in order to access that peace and freedom that we all desire, it is in that other aspect of us. It is in that soul self, the right brain, and we got to just bring it all here.
Okay, everyone. Well,
all right, he's cutting me short.
Yeah, I'm cutting her. I'm the one watching the time here.
Aww.
I mean, we could go on for hours. Honest to God, sometimes when we get together, it's just never ending. I mean,
we solved the world problem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But
So
we're glad you joined us. And
yes.
if you have any comments, feel free and add them below.
Yeah, I would love to hear, what does that look like for you?
Yeah,
Because honestly, I feel like everyone has God seeds and things in them, and
yeah,
as your DNA awakens, because it does with the light and with the sunlight
yeah.
and prayer and meditation and nature and all those yummy things, your magic's starting to wake up. So like what are all those seeds? Like I'm sure even as a child, oh yeah, I'd love to do that. What are those things? I would love to hear that.
Yeah, and if you like, and I'm finding now with YouTube to click on
Oh,
the
the
like.
like and share. Otherwise,
Otherwise,
yeah,
it doesn't go as far apparently.
yeah, yeah. So
Billy
kind
and I are kind of novices at this, and
of, yeah, help us out.
so
Subscribe if you feel
yeah,
called, and please share. Yeah, good stuff. And please share your feelings and thoughts, and
very much so.
yeah, what you would like your life to look like.
Absolutely. And if you
Yeah.
have time, stop over at the Bear Den, and I'm generally my home. I'm generally around, or text beforehand, and we can talk more about it if you want. Um, so anyway, yeah, this was good.
All right.
I'm glad we did it.
Yes. Have a wonderful,
Okay.
wonderful, blessed day.
Yes, we'll see you next
All
time.
right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye, everybody.